The Beginning, an Old Testament Journey, episode 65. Today I was going to talk about how to be highly favored of God and what that looks like, but as I was going through my notes, I decided to switch episodes just a little bit. So today I want to talk about Joseph and how Joseph was no ordinary man. Now, as I was thinking about Joseph over the last several chapters that we've been studying in Genesis, I've been thinking, how were things just working out for Joseph? He had all of these difficulties, but things just seemed to magically work for him in his life, and God just directed him to this great path where he was Egypt's right-hand man under the Pharaoh. And then I thought, actually, Joseph was doing something kind of magical, not in the respect that you're going to think, so stick with me. And the last thing I want to share is actually one of the most important parts of what I want to share with you today. So here's what I came up with about Joseph. There's some very important things to remember about Joseph. And not just Joseph, but the other great men and women of the Bible, specifically the Old Testament. They were not any more special to God than you or I. He didn't have any mystical or magical powers from God. God didn't treat him any different just because. He was not just favored of God just because of who he was. Joseph kept the commandments of God. This put him in line of being in God's favor. He kept his covenants with God. He listened to and followed what God commanded him to do and what God wanted him to do and say. Joseph did not take credit for any of the things that God blessed him with, including having the ability to interpret dreams. He always attributed the credit back to God. Joseph experienced all the natural feelings that we do: anger, sadness, frustration, not exactly understanding his path. In many cases, I think that he did not understand his path. When he was thrown into the pit, when he was accused by Potiphar and thrown into prison, he did understand these things, but they actually, because of his faith, worked out very well in his favor. Joseph, I'm sure, had tears and joy, but he strengthened his resolve in his trust and faith in God, trusting in God's mercy, forgiveness, and grace. What set Joseph apart is that he simply chose to do what God asked him to do, maintain his faith and trust in God, and move forward, always turning to God. And one of the most important things is that God was his only constant. He had no other constant in his life. But through all of that, he maintained his faith and trust in God. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.